I'd like to wish you all a merry good morning in the plains of southern England, Hertfordshire to be precise. It's actually where I live currently. But I'm just going to get straight to it. I had like the most annoying thing happen to me yesterday. I basically shot this video on like the subject which I'm about to fucking go off on one about, and I did the cool thing in deciding to hold my camera at fucking portrait. So I had 14 minutes of me just like rambling epic bullshit, and that was all portrait. So I got in and I was like, you fucking bellend, I can't believe that. I was so gutted, man. So I was like trying to think about, I was like on Google, like how am I going to sort this out? Can I somehow like get onto Google and like see if I can like widen it? But I know I don't have a fat face, so I'm like, what am I going to do with this shit? But so here I am trying to take this fucking video to the next level, but I feel like it's not as legit because like I really put my heart and soul into that other video. And now I'm here trying to do it again. It's just not the same, but I mean, here we go. It's a lovely day, by the way. I was doing it yesterday on a sunsetting, and the sunsetting was lovely. I mean, it was great. It wasn't too bright, and like just the general imagery and stuff was excellent. It was quality fucking filming conditions. Right, just gonna have to bear with me a moment. Fucking gates or a piss take. Oh. Dickhead. Right, there we go. I don't even know which way it's meant to be filmed. Let's just go with that. Right, so here we are. Basically, this is basically England. It's flat. It's actually fucking lovely at the moment. It's proper nice at the moment. Summer's only just begun, and I believe we're going to have a great one. So I'm going to walk right through the middle of this field. I was actually near a lake before. I want to go near that lake again, but I might shoot another video because just doing the same speech in the same fucking area would be retarded. So I'm not going to do that. Right, I've had 2 minutes for 2 minutes and 30 seconds of rambling, so I feel pretty awkward for anyone who's like, alright, get on with it, you little cunt. So I'm going to get straight to it. Basically, Psychedelic, it's actually legal. It's called BK-2C-B. It's an interesting compound. It's not like 2C-B, I'm not going to lie. It's got the same visuals, but there's a couple of other elements. I don't know what the BK is. I should have studied a little more, but to be fair, as soon as I saw 2C-B, I don't give a fuck what analogue it is, whether it was fucking Black Mamba's fucking little Jimba Jam, B say 2K, B say 2C-B, I would have just been like, I'll fucking take it, I'll take it. But anyway, to the point, it's a research chemical, it's lovely. It lasted for about 10 to 12 hours. I'd say it was it's a little longer than acid. Again, I'm not sure why it was much longer than acid and a lot longer than 2C-B. I'm not entirely sure why that was. But yeah, it was... well, where is the sun? I'm not sure which way I should be fucking facing the camera. Yeah, so basically I took it in 2 sittings. One was at home by myself. That was the second time. And the first time I literally just decided to drop it at a drum and bass rave in London. It was at the Millennium Square, or no wait, O2 Arena it's called now. It used to be called the Millennium Dome. Now it's called the O2 Arena. And it was a 10 till 7 drum and bass, London, dirty, grime, scatty, very commercial, but it still had like, I don't know, it still had a bit of like an old school rave to it a little bit. It was a very good venue, very nice venue to have it at, and the sound system was off the nut. I can't even name any of the artists there. I know Bassman was there and a couple of other people, but it was fucking banging, like proper banging. Anyway, so went there 11:30, decided to drop it. And nothing really happened for about 1.5 hours. I had a bit of a stomachache, but I had a few beers, I had a couple of lines of cocaine, I had a few nos balloons before that. I was like, feeling alright. Like, I forgot to bring my weed. But did I bring my weed? I don't even remember, but yeah, I try not to do weed that much these days. It's pretty sketchy. It's a sketchy behaviour because you just don't even know what's happening on that stuff anymore. But yeah, it's really warm out here, by the way. It's absolutely gorgeous. But not much to see apart from some flat land. Gutted that I'm not at this lake. But anyway, so I dropped it about 11:30. It was excellent. It started coming up a little bit. It was like mild visuals, maybe something similar to if anyone's done Hawaiian Baby Red Rose, it's like if you only drop like 4 of those. If you drop 4 of them, that's probably what was going down. So drop like, it felt like that at the beginning. That's what I had, like that woozy stomach. Because like Hawaiian Baby Red Rose seeds, if you eat the seed, like the entire seed thing, you do get a bit spangled. So I was like, alright, this is, I mean, if it's Hawaiian Baby Red Rose fucking LSA, it's like the ergot of LSD. It's like the raw version of LSD or some shit like that. I don't know, I could be a little bit retarded. Mind me, I haven't done any research in a couple of years now, so I'm a bit slack on this sort of lingo. Anyway, so we fucking, oh look, there's a guy over there. He's probably doing a bit of filming, or I might just be tripping on a bin bag. Not entirely sure. But yeah. What the fuck is he doing? Is he bird watching? Oh, you wouldn't be able to see with this camera. Hello, Mr. Man. Yeah, anyway, so I fucking smashed this 2C-B, and probably about the 3 hours in, it started picking up. So you got like mild visuals, they were very subtle. It was like, you could see it in like the way that people's clothes, that was the first thing that I noticed, like the movement of their clothes, their general, like, it had like that swaying, like that subtle swaying, like fucking curtains on a windowsill with like a semi-open thing. You had a little bit of that going on, like extra shimmers, like a couple of, like, I would say it had like a couple of extra dimensions, but that just sounds retarded. It just had like an extra element of like, I don't know, 3-dimensional diversity. I'm literally pulling it all out today. But so yeah, I fucking got on a bit of that, and that was lovely. And then it carried on. Music was fucking pumping, mate. Music was going straight through my heart. My brain was doing some bullshit, doing some backflips, but I felt as if there was a lot of togetherness. There was even though it's a drum and bass raving, you do have the 5%, which is a bit shabby. On the whole, it was excellent. The people were kind, lovely. And it was like a lot of, you just like run up to some random group and you just start dancing with them, and you'd be like, yeah, this is exactly where I want it to be. It's always you get that weird feeling, that weird feeling where you're like fucking every day doing the same shit, and then you go to this place and you're so fucked you don't even know where you are, and you get to this pinnacle point, which was like halfway through my trip, where like I was just here at this drum bass rave, like basically the centre of the fucking crowd, and like you just see everyone's head like bobbing in like some sort of weird unity. And like this shiny fucking laser beam colours going through people's souls and shit. And I'm literally like, oh my god, but like trying to keep composure because it's so fucking overwhelming. It's important to keep like almost a firm head when you're on psychedelics and you're going across into the Neverland through a very harsh environment, some may say, because a lot of people do go to these places and they're like, you know what, this is pretty full on. Just like there's no backing up or anything when you're because you can't even escape, because then you'll be into the cold concrete area of London, which is not a pretty sight on acid. Trust me, we've all been there. But, oh, excuse me, I just dropped the lid of my bottle. But anyways, what minute are we on? Okay, yeah. So we had like subtle visuals. It's not like 2C. Oh, okay, I'm gonna get into the technical aspect now because I feel like I've just been chatting shit to you, and you probably don't want to listen to me all day. But basically, 2C-B, BK-2C-B, good drug. 10 to 12 hours. The come up's a bit dodgy. It's a long come up, but the peak will last you a solid 3-hour peak. It's an excellent peak. It's very long. It's very forgiving in a sense, in the sense that you can sort of snap out of it and have a decent conversation with someone without like tripping the fuck out of like their left tooth or something. Like you don't want to be like looking at the face and then being like, and then they've lost you and you've lost them, and then it's just awkward. It's not like that. You can sort of like snap out of it. Like you can even, like I was drinking on it, which I wouldn't advise doing. I mean, you hear a lot of bad shit about like people doing psychedelics and drinking, but it's all down to you, like how much you can handle. Again, like it had, I'm not gonna lie to you, it had a bit of a divine presence to it as well as a psychedelic one. So it like had this animalistic vibe to it, but that might have just been the drum and bass scene, like taking its approach on the substance that I was on. And it was also, it also had like the visuals of 2CB, but the length and the duration and sort of like the way you can approach the psychedelic in the mind frame that you were in, it was more like LSD. So if BK-2C-B is closer to LSD but longer but less, I don't want to say less spiritual, because spiritual is such an overrated word. It's all that fucking new wave hippie bullshit that I can't be dealing with right now. But I mean, it sounds like you want me to get into it, so I'll fucking go into it. Like, to be honest, like, if you're going to do psychedelics, it's how much experience you've had on that drug and psychedelics in general. How long you've been doing it, how many times you're doing it for, and how long, the amount, and how, so just general like holistic experience that you've had with that drug. Now it's important to, I'm just touching my nipple for some reason, I don't know why, but shit, lost my trail of thought now. This sun is fucking like singeing my brain cells. Yeah, so it's all about the experience that you've had with like several things. If you've done like Quiet Baby Brother's LSA, you've done psilocybin on its own, you've done like ACO, DMT, NN-DMT, normal DMT, spice, any of those things, even thrown in some ketamine to the mix, why not? You've got yourself your psilocybin, Liberty Cap mushrooms and whatnot. I've got a couple of videos on, one video even. And on the whole, like, just, you can only really get as far as like your experience lets you to go on. So if, I know this sounds like really fucking crazy bullshit, but I always go as far as I've previously gone on psychedelics and my experience on that. Like, you can't really push the boundaries of your own reality unless you've had previous experience of going to that place, and then you can develop when you go back to that area. That's how I see them. Like, it's very strange. Every time I do take a psychedelic, it's sort of the only time in this world where I actually feel at home. And it's quite a fucked up thing to say. Like, it sounds pretty fucked up. It sounds not very normal. Like, because people say about DMT. I've done DMT like about 80 times, and people say like, oh yeah, blah 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 blah. Fucking, it's great, it's some bum tings. But like, yeah, honestly, I like, literally, it's the only time I feel at home. Every day I wake up, I'm like, oh, it's this place. But I fucking do psychedelics, I get into this mind from like, shit. Oh, fuck, thank God I'm here. like, it's fucking so retarded. But yeah, that's definitely the scene that I'm getting from when I'm there in that space of mind. But on the whole, like, I'd give it a 7 out of 5 out of 10. I'd advise people to do it. It's very subtle at the beginning. The peak is you, everything around is one solid unit of fucking information. If you're not fucked enough to ask questions, ask them. Ask questions about God. Ask questions about reality. If you can do that if you can get as much information out on that peak, it'll be very rewarding for you during the experience and post the experience for a matter of months. I strongly suggest doing that. I've done it, and I've definitely received a lot of miracles, a lot of beautiful things in my life. I've been very fortunate over the past 5 years, even though I'm a scatty bastard. I'm not going to keep this longer because I feel like I've not really spoken about BK-2C-B enough, so I kind of feel a bit bad for anyone who's been listening. So, because I just like to ramble shit. So I should just be documenting my stupid life rather than any sort of like information based on a research chemical, which people don't have a lot of information on. But you know what? I'm going to say it's safe. I know this is fucking going out on a limb, it's safe, but yeah, don't mix it. It's a research chemical, it's new to the scene. I know it's an analogue of 2CB. It is different to 2CB. If you've done a lot of 2CB trips, you'll probably be fine. I'd probably advise you to go do some acid before you do BK-2C-B. My pills were 130 milligrams. Got them online. I can't really talk more about prices, websites, obviously for legal reasons. Sorry. And yeah, I think that's about it. I think that's gonna just cover it. Like, I'd say do it. I mean, this is my second take on this video, so I feel pretty dreadful doing the same thing again. Like, you know, when you do something first time, you're like, yeah, mate, that's well good, dickhead. And then you do it again, and it's like, oh man, I feel like I just wasted everyone's time. But yeah, that's just how I feel right now. Thanks for listening and spending this time on this like random field in the middle of nowhere on my own, as usual. It's been great. Thanks for listening, guys, and I think my next video is going to be about my artwork. My artwork is definitely taking another step in the right direction. Actually, at the end of this video, oh shit, I almost dropped my camera. At the end of this video, I think I'm going to take a picture or a short video of like this t-shirt that I just printed. It's the IMU design piece from my Facebook website, so www.facebook.com/Cosmospheric. You can find it on my YouTube, blah 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 blah. You know that story, you probably don't want to listen to it. But yeah, I've just printed out a t-shirt. It looks amazing. It was sublimation print, if I remember correctly. It was done in London, but I think I'm going to get them done in America, just because you can get cheaper deals there. Get them double-sided. Get some things going on for the festival season, innit? If anyone going to Boomtown, try and find me. I'll be fucking on a mad one. Take it easy, guys, thank you. And you know, I told you about that cheeky t-shirt that I got through the post a couple of days ago. Actually, my lies, I think it was actually yesterday that it come through. I've actually got it here. Here it is. Look, there we go. It's pretty snazzy little fucking cheeky t-shirt. I mean, let's get a decent shot of that. There we go. It's like the IMU one, the IMU design. So if you're feeling a bit dapper and you're feeling like, oh yeah, I could pull this off, like, fucking look at me, I'm a fucking raver. No, yeah, if you're into this shit, then I suggest just have a word with me, man. I'll be able to get you some nice things and that, you know? Look at that. Oh man, I should get naked and just put it on, but I'd feel like a bit of a batty boy. Because I think it's a lovely top though. That's one of fucking... This is the most retarded video. Oh, what a way to end the fucking video. Like, fucking dick.